Hello dear students. From this video onwards, we are going to learn a chapter, Functions in C. Now, to begin with, I have written a simple program which will explain almost everything about functions. This is not an exaggeration. This program will teach almost everything about functions. But first of all, let us get intuition behind why to write function and what is function, and then we will come back to the program. Just imagine on one fine day, I am writing a program. So I have started int main as usual, and then I have given curly brace open. And let's say I have written the entire program, the set of lines inside main. Just imagine this is what I have done. For some time, you think of that these are 500 lines. It's a very big program. Just imagine. And as a programmer, what I observe is that these three lines, you see, which I am marking, these three lines are written here and they again occur over here, the same three lines. And they occur like this at say 20 places in the same program. Literally the same lines are written 20 times. At this moment, as a programmer, I get an intuition that why don't I group these three lines, because these three lines are anyway written same way 20 times. What I do is I just group these three lines and I design a function. I design a function in which I keep these three lines. Literally these three lines. I simply keep it inside a function. And now these three lines will be written only once. But wherever I require these three lines, I will just call the function. Fn for function, call the function, call the function. So at 20 places, I won't be writing three lines. I'll be just writing one line. I'll just make a call to the function and function will execute and those three lines will do the work. That's it. That is what is a function. Function is nothing but group of statements. It can be one statement or many statements, more than one statement. But function is a group of statements which, when called, we will have to call the function, those statements will run, and then we can continue with our work. This function is many times called as subroutine or subprogram or simply routine, or many times called as procedure or functions. All these words are interchangeable. In C language, we are calling this feature as functions. And in many other languages, this is called as method also. Like in Java or Python, we call these functions as method. So that's it. Function is nothing but group of statements which must be called. Now have a look at this program. This program is supposed to find square of an integer. So in int main, we are asking the user to input a number. Let's say user enters the number as 4, then we have to find square of this number, which is 16. But we want to find square of this number by using a function. So where is the function in this program? What do you say? Where is the function? Actually, this int main, this main written over here, check main followed by bracket open, bracket close, itself is a function. So the entire story starts from here. If you are asked next time what is main, you say main is a function. And what's so special about this function is that this function always runs first, wherever it is written, at the top, at the bottom. But in C program, always main function will run first. And what was the definition of function? Function is set of statements. Function is set of statements. And clearly observe that main is a function and it is set of statements. Observe these statements. Okay, and these statements are written in the pair of curly brace open and curly brace close. So that's it. That is the definition of function. Also observe that in this particular program, just before main, we have written a part over here. Correct? Here, square is also a function. Square is the name of the function. This is the name. So every function, when you design a function, it must have a name. And the name given to the function should be user defined name. What it means is that name of the function cannot be a reserved word. So you can't name a function like while or switch because these are reserved words. But square or any name you can give to the function as long as it doesn't conflict with some reserved word. Now you just check how do you write a function. I said that this is a function. How do you write it? You write the name and immediately after the name there always is a bracket. Make a rule. Whenever you are writing a function, after the name of the function there happens a bracket. And in the bracket you can declare something called parameter. You declare something called parameter. Many people call this as argument. Both words are same, parameter or argument. Just as you see here in this function written, we have written int x over there. This x is nothing but integer, but x here is called parameter of the function. Okay. Now, just before the name of the function, we write data type. Like in this, look, the point where I am encircling, int is written over here. This is a data type. So we write some data type. Now this data type written before the name of the function is called return type. Return type of the function. After all, it is data type. But some special term has been given to this called return type. We will see why this is called as return type. And after this first line comes curly brace open and curly brace close, and within these curly braces you write set of statements, because function is nothing but set of statements. The function that we have written on the left hand side over there contains only one statement, that is return x into x. Okay, the function can contain one or more statements, but however number of statements you give, curly braces must be given for the function. So coming back to how to write a function, there are three things when you write first line of the function. Name of the function, like name given here is square. After the name comes bracket. In the bracket, we write something called parameter. Parameter is nothing but a variable like int x. And before the function name, we write return type. I'll write in short red type like int. And after the first line, we have brace open, brace close, and within these braces, you write statements. Okay. Now let's see what happens when we run this program. What do you think? Which line will run first when you run the program? Of course, you know, main will run first. Although we have written square on top, but these lines won't run. First thing that will run is main, and this is pretty ordinary. Main like any other main, nothing fancy. We have declared two variables a and b. Then we are asking user to enter some number. User enters the number and that number goes in a, let's say 4 is the number. So a is 4. Now we want to find square of a. Now I'm sure everybody is thinking that instead of writing such a line, why don't we write b is equal to a into a? Perfect. This will be 4 into 4 and b will be 16. So we have found square of a. But instead of writing this way, we now want to utilize our function that we have written on top. Give me some time, I'll erase a few things. We want to utilize our function. So what we have done after entering a is 4, we want to find square of 4, we are calling the function. This line is called function call. We are calling the function at this line. Just see. So Main was running all this time, line after line, main was running, and suddenly when this line runs, the control of the program jumps to the square function. And now square will start running. This code that we have written will start executing. But now you watch, I am writing that line, this line again over here, b is equal to square a. This way we have written the call, semicolon. You are calling the function, and whenever you call the function, you have to, check my words, you have to write the bracket. And within the bracket, you write something called parameter. This is again called parameter or argument. You read this line as, I am calling square function and I am passing value of a. We are passing value of a. What's the value of a? 4. So we are passing that value to the function square. Let me clean the slate again. This is the line, b is equal to square a. This is the call to the function, and a is 4 in our example because user has entered a as 4. Now this 4 literally is copied in the parameter x. You recall I said first line of the function has parameter declaration, and this x is in type. So x will perfectly store 4. Value of x is 4 because that's what you're thrown to the function. And now the function starts and it has only one line, you watch. Just substitute the value of x. X is 4. So this is 4 into 4. So the function is returning 16. Whenever I ask this question to the students, what do you mean by return? Students say, return means return. Obvious, very nice answer. What will you explain about return? This 16, this value 16 is going to be returned back at the call. Just see, this 16, this value 16 will be returned at the call. Here on the right hand side it will be returned. Just check this. Function returns value at the call. Never ever forget this. Whether it is Java, whether it is C++, Python, whatever language, when it comes to function, whenever function is returning an answer, the answer will always return at the call. Why am I talking so much? Just check this. Why am I talking so much? You know that this is 4 into 4, so the function is returning 16. Whenever I ask students that where is 16 returned, maximum students tell that 16 is returned in B. Come on, because B should become equal to square of A. We have written this. So 16 should be returned in B. Unfortunately not. 16 is not returned in B. 16 is returned at the call. Here is where 16 is returned. I mean, who is 16? Square of A is 16. So the function always returns value at the call. And then what happens next? After it returns the value, function simply ends. See, return means it is going back, isn't it? So the function simply ends, and main, which was waiting for the answer all this time, will now store that answer 16 which it has got in B. So of course B will become 16, no doubt about it. But don't forget the fact value is always returned at the call. And now main will resume. And main will print square of 4 is equal to 16 because we are printing A and B. So nothing special about this program that I have explained. But you know, by learning such simple program, we have known how to write the first line of the function. And what are the elements of this first line? What do you mean by return? How do you call the function? All these fundamentals are seen. Now, whenever I teach functions, I always ask question to my students that did you know what is function before coming to this class? And maximum students tell, no sir, we didn't know what is a function. But hello everyone, everybody knows what is a function. You have learned it since high school days. Suppose I write a function f of x. Yeah, that's the way you read it. F is a function of x and this is x square. Let's say this is the function. And if I now ask you what is f of phi, what will you do is, you'll say, okay, this is the function call. I will just put the value 5 in x. So this will become 5 square, which is 25. 25 is returned. I mean, if we know this, then this is the same thing I have written. Instead of name f, I have named the function as square. And instead of simply writing x, which is not allowed in C language, you should write who is x. So in the bracket over here, we have written int x. And also we have to tell what type of value will square return. You tell me if you are finding square of integer, x into x, it is int into int. What will be the value returned? Yes, integer. So return type also should be integer. So nothing fancy. If you know functions in maths, you are just mapping them in C language. It's so easy. By the way, in the coming videos, we will learn a lot about these functions, and more grammar of the functions will be seen. Thank you very much.